Hello everybody and welcome to That's Football. I'm Mark Goldbridge and Arsenal have agreed personal terms with David Raya in what is without doubt a sensational signing. Yes, you can join me in a temporary Goldbridge bedroom vlogger, I suppose. Simon Jordan got it right, but who else has got it right more than Simon Jordan? It's Mikel Arteta. Now look, I wouldn't say I'm a fan of Mikel Arteta because he's an Arsenal manager and I don't want Arsenal to do well. But I have consistently been very respectful and very, appreciative and observing of what he's done at Arsenal. From a very early stage, I could see what he was doing. I think from a very early stage, he was very stubborn, he was very forthright, and he had a clear vision, and he was willing to lose his job on that vision. And many Arsenal fans turned against him, as we know. But in the long term, he's been proven right. He's taken a team that's not been anywhere near titles to a title contender in record time, and no doubt he wants to go again. This does not strike me as a manager or an Arsenal side that's going to go, we did really well last year. Remember last year, in 5 years' time? They want to go again. And some of the signings they've made, Declan Rice has been extraordinary. Havertz is almost Man United's mount. It could be a masterstroke. Timber's very intelligent. But this David Raya deal is cat amongst the pigeon times. This is the sort of deal managers make because they back themselves. They want the fans to back them, but they're not there to please the fans. They're there to make the fans appreciate the work that they do. David Raya to Arsenal is an incredible deal. He's agreed personal terms, that's the breaking news. They will agree a fee with Brentford because David Raya wants to go to Arsenal. It's probably going to be around £40 million. I've tweeted about this a couple of times. I spoke about it a couple of weeks ago on TalkSport, and I've had Arsenal fans in my replies ever since. Can't believe Goldbridge doesn't think Ramsdale's a ball-playing goalkeeper, and then they'll send me a clip. Go and look at the stats of last year. Ramsdale is not in the top 10 for long passing accuracy, for passes per 90. He is not on the level of David Raya last season. Admittedly, Ramsdale's doing it in an Arsenal shirt going for the title. David Raya is doing it in an over-succeeding Brentford shirt without the crowds, etc. So Ramsdale has got that in his pocket. But riddle me this. If Ramsdale is so bloody good, why would a manager go and spend £40 million on a backup goalkeeper? It makes no sense. History is not littered with big football clubs having two first-team goalkeepers. I feel that Arsenal fans are in a phase of denial, some of them. They like Ramsdale, they want him to be number one, and they're arguing with themselves and pretending they're right to try and convince themselves that Raya's coming in to be a reserve goalkeeper. You do not spend 40, 30 million pounds on a reserve goalkeeper. This is Mikel Arteta saying to Ramsdale, your place is in jeopardy, mate. I'm going to go with a goalkeeper that plays the way Onana plays for United, Alisson plays for Liverpool, and Ederson plays for Man City. It is ruthless. This is the summer of ruthless management, and you've got to respect it, because this is Arteta saying, there's a gap in my team. Man United have got a ball-playing goalkeeper, so have Liverpool, so have Man City. I haven't. I've got a goalkeeper that I really like, that I think is good enough to play for Arsenal, but he makes the odd mistake, and his passing game isn't at the level of Alisson, Ederson or Onana. Now, people can show me clips all they like, but Ramsdale is not on that level, and maybe he will do, maybe he will improve, maybe it will be a kick up the arse, but absolutely not. Arteta's going to go with Raya. Otherwise, he's bought a flop. If Arteta doesn't replace Ramsdale with Raya, he's bought a flop. He's wasted 35 million quid. However much they pay, 35, 40, you don't spend that significant amount of money and then stick him on the bench and sell him in a year or two. That would be a failing Arteta. You don't share out goalkeeper roles as well. You're the Champions League goalkeeper, you're the Premier League goalkeeper. How does that work? When you're into March and April and Arsenal are in the knockout stages of the Champions League and they're fighting for the Premier League, and the back four's playing with one goalkeeper in one game and one goalkeeper in another. It's ridiculous. And I get what it is. It's just pure naivety, but more importantly, it's sentimentality. Arsenal fans love Ramsdale. I like Ramsdale. Should be England's number one. He's just massively unfortunate that he's not filled Arteta with total confidence. And that could see him end up at a different Premier League club. I still think he's a fantastic goalkeeper. I just think Raya's better. And I think that will be proven over the next coming weeks and months. He may not get the place straight away, but long term, I think that's where we're heading, because Arteta has clearly decided that is an area of the team that he wants to improve. And it's so reminiscent of what happened with Manchester United. And the reason I know what's going on in the Arsenal fan base is because 6 months ago, I was going through this at Man United. I would not listen to fellow fans who were saying, David De Gea needs replacing, David De Gea needs to go. I was like, you are idiots. You are disrespectful prats. This is a goalkeeper that's been an absolute legend of this football club. He deserves respect. And on top of that, I believe he's had a really good season. He's only conceded 9 goals in 18 home Premier League games. He's got 17 clean sheets and he's won the Golden Glove. You're an idiot if you're going to spend money getting rid of David De Gea. Maybe in a year or two, but we need lots of things to be solved. Don't spend money on a new goalkeeper because he'll be fine next season. Go and spend it on areas that we need it, like 2 strikers. What does Ten Hag do? Gets rid of David De Gea, buys 1 striker, doesn't get a new centre-back, gets an Arna in. And you see the change, and it's transformative. The way we play now is just very, very different. So I get it from Arsenal's point of view, but trust me, I can see what's happening because it's happened at United with De Gea, and Ramsdale's heading down that road. He might buck the trend. He might retain his place. Raya might end up sat on the bench, but ain't going to get shared. And there ain't no way Arteta's gone. I mean, I've read people say, oh, this is just because Arteta wants a really good standard reserve goalkeeper. You don't do that. Has Pep Guardiola got Jordan Pickford as his backup goalkeeper? Has Jurgen Klopp got David Raya as his backup goalkeeper? That's not how it works. I had this conversation with Ben Foster a year ago, and he said, from the Goalkeepers Union, you want to be number 1, and you want to know you're number 1. You want to know if you make mistakes, the manager's going to stick by you. You want to know if you're out the team to be rested, the guy who's taking your place knows you're number 1, and everybody knows you're number 1 and he's the reserve. It doesn't work when you've got a goalkeeper that wants your spot and is as good as you, because it doesn't create an environment. Remember, goalkeepers work together a lot as well. So I think Arsenal fans that think that's going to happen, they're going to have to book the trend to do that. And also, you don't spend that amount of money on a reserve goalkeeper. Who's the reserve goalkeeper at Liverpool? Who's the reserve goalkeeper at Man City? Who's the reserve goalkeeper at Manchester United? They're not big names because that's just not what you do. David Raya is coming to take Ramsdale's spot, and it's huge. It's absolutely huge. It is a huge debate. It is a difficult thing for Arsenal fans to get their head around. It might not happen straight away, but long term it will. And that's what Arteta's doing. And I, for one, will applaud him because it's pure. If I was an Arsenal fan, you've got to move past player FC and you've got to focus on club FC. And the only reason Arteta's doing this is not because Ramsdale's not a good goalkeeper, because he is. The only reason he's doing this is because he wants a certain type of goalkeeper and he sees that as an improvement for his overall team. And that is ruthless. And ruthlessness is what you want at any club, that no player is safe. We don't do player FC, we do Arsenal FC or Man United FC. We're here to win, we're here to improve. And when you're improving areas that your fans don't really think you need to improve, then I think you're on the right track, because that shows courage, ruthlessness and ambition. Get your comments in below, smash a like on the video, and I'll speak to you on the next one. Thanks for watching, and subscribe.